Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Buck, and as you can see, I have just finished The Son of Kong. Awesome movie. I actually really like this one. This movie I did not get to see until I was an adult. Now, oddly enough, King Kong, the movie King Kong, 1933, was on all the time when I was a kid. It was on TV. But this one, The Son of Kong, for some reason was never on TV when I was a kid in the late 70s, early 80s, when they were playing the movie King Kong all the time. So I didn't get to see this until I was an adult. I didn't even know it existed until I was an adult, and then it took a long time for me to find that. These days you can get this on Amazon, it's a lot easier. It took me years to finally see this movie. And so yeah, I was kind of like so many years waiting to see it, and then when I did see it, I heard it was going to be worse than it was, so it was actually really good that way. It gets like weird at the end. That's why this movie's weird. It starts off exactly like King Kong, where it's done really, really well. Right up the first couple of dinosaurs, which we see a new one that wasn't in the original King Kong, done just as good. Time you get to the second to the last dinosaur, it's like, whoa, what just happened here? Like, they just went right cheap just to like fit another one in the movie or something. But yeah, anyways, this is basically King Kong Part 2 to the original. You know what I mean? It was never really officially labeled that way, but they made it kind of the same time, is my understanding. When they made King Kong, they kind of made the Son of Kong at the same time and released one and then released the other. And I think King Kong just did so good that it just overshadowed this movie. But nowadays, if you love King Kong and you've never seen this, you are missing out big time. You have to see it. And it is pretty good. I mean, it starts off, it's like 2 months, when King Kong falls to his death at the end of the original movie off the Empire State Building, right? When he falls to his death, it's like 2 months later, this movie picks up. It's Carl Denham again. And he's still in New York City and he's in hiding. He's being sued and everything, like look what he just did, right? And who shows up but the cook from the ship, the little Asian dude that was cool with Andero. You know, they were buddies on the ship, right? With the little monkey and everything. It was cute. Well, he shows up and he grabs Carl Denham. He's like, we gotta go see the skipper. So the captain, Englehorn, he's in this movie too. So there's three of them from the original movie. So he gets down there to see him, and Englehorn's telling him, like, hey, like, we're both being, like, indicted by this grand jury. Carl Denham thinks he's in it by himself, and Englehorn's like, no, they're coming after me, too. It was my ship that brought this big monkey back, right? And all this happened. He's like, we gotta go. So it's like the best thing they can do. They get out of Dodge. They're gone, right, these two. So it shows them they got a ragtag crew, and they're just doing what they can to try and survive with the ship, get what little work they can, and they're just all over the map, right? Long ways away from the States. And then, so anyways, they wind up way out there as far as you can go on this little island that's got a little port, and you know, it's inhabited a little bit. And one of the main dudes there, his cousin, he's an ex-captain that wrecked his ship near there, and he's been stranded there ever since. He's a bad dude too. He's shady, right? So you got him, you got this other guy and his daughter, who of course she winds up being the girl in this movie. We have another girl, right? We have another King Kong movie. We have another girl. This time we don't have a blonde. She's brunette. Like I say, keep in mind they made this movie kind of the same time as King Kong, so totally different look from the first girl. But still pretty, and does the part really well. Like, she does it perfect. And I've watched it a handful of times, and I really like her character in this movie. It's really good. But she winds up, this bad dude that I mentioned, he winds up almost kind of killing her father, and he knows, he winds up knowing Carl Denham from the old days. He's like the only American around, so he kind of cons him and the captain into telling him that there was actually treasure on Kong's Island. They just missed that the first time they were there. Kind of talks him into going back. He's trying to get away from this girl because she kind of knows that he did the father in. Excuse me, they're waiting for like the judge magistrate to show up, and she's probably going to have him charged. He's going to be in jail. He knows it, so he tries to take off. He doesn't know that she stows away on the ship. So they wind up finding her, and it's a bit of an issue for this guy and everything, obviously. And it's not long after that, this same dude, he talks the crew into mutiny, telling them like, everybody that went to this island last time died, and you guys are all next. As you can see, the captain and this guy, they made it out, but nobody else did, right? So now the crew pulls a mutiny on Carl and the captain. The cook winds up going with him. He's like, I don't even care. I don't like these guys. So he's going with them, and they make him take the woman too. So they take the girl, and so the way they go paddle to the island, they've been mutant. They've been left behind. Right, they're there now. So they get on the island, and Carl Denham's like, oh, you know, the chief will probably throw a party for us. Literally his exact words. And instead, they throw a big spear at him. He's like, oh, what are you doing? And they're like, you get out of here now, right? They ain't having it. They ain't having, I mean, literally, they are not happy to see him again, right? It's been like 2 months, and you're back after what you just did. You're getting voted off the island now. So, anyhow, they get back in their boat, they start paddling, right? They got this little boat. So they got to paddle around the island, come up on the island somewhere else, and now they're in the jungle. Like, we know what this island's like King Kong was there and all these other dinosaurs. So sure enough, they kind of split up, right, into a couple teams to check things out. And bam, right away, Carl Denham and this lady, they run into the son of Kong, a baby King Kong. King Kong was like 50 feet tall. They're saying this guy's about 12. He looks a little bigger than that to me. But anyways, they're saying about 12 feet tall. So they find him, and he's actually trapped in quicksand somehow. He's gonna die. So they push over a big tree, and he gets himself out. Well, he's grateful that they saved his life. So they're kind of buddies now. And it doesn't take long. Little Kong there gets to save Carl and this girl's life when a bear attacks. And this is like bigger than any bear that ever lived, like bigger than the short-faced bear would be probably the closest example, but maybe double the size. So this thing's huge. Almost to the point where, matched up against Baby Kong, the fight should have went the other way. The bear should have won the fight, hands down 100%, but it's a good fight. And like I say, in the original movie, King Kong with the T-Rex, he goes for the double leg takedown. Like, King Kong literally dives in on his legs to take down that T-Rex, right? And in this movie, with this bear, because it's a totally different story, little Kong goes for a headlock, and he's just pounding this thing the whole time, too. He was hitting. He knew what he was doing, right? He had his daddy's instincts. So, yeah. At the same time, roughly, like I say, the team is split up. So while you got this Carl and this girl being attacked by this giant bear the size of a school bus and Baby Kong protecting them, the other guys, the captain and the cook and whatnot, wind up being chased into a cave by another Tyrannosaurus Rex, a Triceratops dinosaur. And it can't quite get its head in there to get him. It's trying to kill him, destroys their gun and stuff, and it's like, holy mackerel, this thing's pissed off, and it is trying to get him. Again, this dinosaur is a new one that we didn't see in the original King Kong, right? This one's new, and perfect job. Perfect. Very, again, this movie's black and white, by the way. Sorry, I didn't say that earlier, just like the original. So this dinosaur, very good. Now, the next thing is, let me see. So after that, they're kind of still looking around thinking there might be some treasure, even though the shady guy kind of just tricked him into saying that to get off the island. There does wind up being some treasure. Now we get into a creature. They get attacked when they go into where this treasure is. and they kind of, it's like a giant lizard type of thing. This one, I don't know if this is something from the past record of life, like some kind of dinosaur, or just something they made up for the movie, right? But anyways, again, Little Kong has to jump in and save the day on that one. And then we get to the end, and the bad guy winds up, he's about to take off. There's like a, what do you call it, not a hurricane, there's like an earthquake, okay, on the island, and all, like, it flashes to like the native village and all where those guys are, and they're all falling down into the ocean and stuff. Like the island is starting to sink and fall apart and everything. So the bad guy's trying to grab the boat for himself and take off. And as he gets in it, just like in the first King Kong, you get one of those like brontosaurus heads. He plucks that guy out of the boat. Well, he's busy eating that dude. The rest of the people, they get to take off, except for I think just Carl and the baby. So baby Kong and Carl are still on land. The other ones get out on the boat, and the rest of the island starts to sink now. So at the very end, as the island is sinking, the baby Kong, he holds up Carl, and Carl's kind of hurt, but the boat's coming to get him. You know, they're paddling over to him. So baby Kong kind of saves Carl as he's going down into the water, dying himself. He's drowning. And so then they're on their little lifeboat floating around, you know, what's left of them. They all make it. Like the girl makes it, Carl makes it, the cook makes it, and the captain, Englehorn, they all make it. And then they see a ship, so they're saved, right? And it shows them getting on the ship and stuff like that. And as they're getting on there, Carl shows the girl that he actually found this big, huge diamond. Like they actually got the treasure. So, yeah, I think I might be missing one more kind of weird looking dinosaur thing they fought with right at the last minute there too. But overall, not bad. A couple of those dinosaurs at the end, and this one, it was like they kind of cut corners a little on or something, whereas like the Triceratops and the giant bear, very well done. So it's like the movie starts out, that's why I say it's weird. It starts out like King Kong, the original, where it's very well done, and then towards the very, very end, it gets just a little cheesy, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, it's worth a watch. And especially, like I say, if you love the first one, this is the combo pack, so it's got both, right? If you love the first one, you really have to see the second one. Obviously, you know, I've left out a few little detail parts here, there, whatnot, but that's the gist of the story, and it's good. I do like it. I actually do like this movie. 9 out of 10. Ooh, 9 out of 10 on the old Buck Nye scale. I'd give her a solid 9, straight up. So there you go. And you gotta see her. So anyways, guys, we will carry on with our movie reviews, and right now, like I say, we're doing every single King Kong movie first. So we're probably like not even close to halfway. But anyways, I love you guys, peace, and we'll see you in the next one.